Hi there, ladies. Good afternoon. This is Sarah Shipton here from Scrapbooking with Sarah. And surprise, this is a pre-recorded video designed to be posted on Tuesday, December 2nd for the very first weekly scrapbooking challenge of December. And I'm super excited to share this particular layout with you all because it is in commemoration of our son Jai's 21st birthday. We are currently in London while you will be watching this, and we are having a wonderful time on our family holiday celebrating our son's 21st birthday. His actual birthday is December 3rd on Wednesday, and we have got a wonderful day planned, and I can't wait to share some of the photos and stories with you on social media. So let's talk about this week's scrapbooking challenge. We are creating a single page layout this week, ladies, just for something a little bit different. We are working with pattern 3C. It's called Sidebar Triple, and you'll find it on page 42 of your Reflections Scrapbooking How to Program. We are working with this book. We are going back to basics, and we are creating some beautiful scrapbooking layouts with these how-to patterns. Okay, so in order to create this particular pattern, I have actually taken a sheet of white willow cardstock, and I have cut my papers down and stuck them on top of my white willow cardstock. The reason being, I'm introducing you to two new specialty designer series papers today. This one is called the Whispers of Texture. Can you hear that, guys? Textured white cardstock. I am absolutely in love. And I'm also introducing you to the Modern Christmas Designer Series paper as well for our first scrapbooking challenge of December. I am a little bit all over the shop for the rest of 2025 in terms of my weekly scrapbooking challenges. You're going to be seeing me do some layouts with the Keeping Traditions / Traditions of Christmas, but also the Brushed with Beauty Sweet collection as well. And in fact, that was our layout and a video for last week. So I wanted to share these photos with you this week because it is in commemoration of Jai. Can you believe I found this 5x7 inch photo while I was actually going through looking for some other photos, and I thought, oh my gosh, the timing of this layout with the 5x7 inch photo for the pattern, a single page layout the week of his 21st birthday, it was meant to be. He's probably going to kill me for this, but it's in our scrapbooking group, so it can be our little secret. This was Jai's very first Christmas. He was born 2004, only 3 weeks before Christmas. Do not ask me how I managed to take a 3-year-old toddler and a newborn baby to the Magic Cave for Santa's photo, but I did, and I'm so glad I made the effort to do so. Okay, because now we have these beautiful memories where I can scrapbook them and share them with you. So I don't often do single page layouts, but single page layouts make great title pages in an album. This would obviously make a great title page in an album for Jai. I've got some other photos over the years, 2010 and 2012. I'll have to go back through the archives to figure out what years these are. But these were some random leftover Christmas photos that I stumbled across, and I was like, how cute. I can make this kind of Jai Christmas over the years single page scrapbook layout. So I've got my 12x12 inch white willow cardstock base. You're going to cut 3 squares of paper at 4x4 inches. One of the designer series paper or cardstock is going to be the same pattern, and this one here in the middle is going to be a different pattern. Okay, so I'm actually going to share these new papers with you up close today on today's video. And then for this piece here, you're going to cut that at 8x6 inches. I have used the gold foil sheets to cut that at 8x6 inches, and you have got a mat for a 7x5 inch photo. Now, if you don't have a 7x5 inch photo, you could actually put 2 landscape photos here. You could cut them at 3.5x5 and actually fit them on there together. Or if you prefer, you can use this space here in the middle for whichever size orientation photos you've got. If you would also like to turn your layout this week into a double page layout, that is completely okay as well. Please feel welcome to do so. Okay, we don't have an alternative pattern to the master pattern, so you're going to have some photos in here measuring 3 by 3 inches. I didn't have another 3 by 3 inch, so what I've got here are just 2 photos that I've actually cut down. And then for something a little bit different, I actually did decide to mat these photos. So I've actually cut these mats at 1/8 of an inch. So this is a 3 by 3 inch photo, and my photo mat is 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, and I've got that thinner mat here. These I just had to wing it because they were random size photos that we had printed from David Jones. But I've used the gold foil sheets to mat these photos, and then the cherry cobbler to mat these two. I've also popped all this photo here, all of these photos, I've actually popped them up with my Stampin' Dimensionals. So I forgot to mention that a couple of weeks ago. That is actually a great tip to do if you are using paper underneath that is like a specialty designer series paper, or it's really busy. Matting your photos and lifting them with the Stampin' Dimensionals, you can see, really helps to elevate the photo, but it also makes sure that you've still got that beautiful focus on that paper as well. The gold foil sheet, I've actually stuck that straight onto the textured paper, but then I've used Stampin' Dimensionals for the photo. And in fact, I forgot to give you the measurements here. This is meant to be the cardstock base, okay? But I didn't want to cover the rest of this textured paper, so I have cut off a 4-inch strip of that textured paper. So this is 8 by 12, and then you've got your 3 squares measuring 4 by 4. Now, I've already shared the Specialty Designers Series paper for the Keeping Traditions, but I am going to show you the Modern Christmas and also the textured paper. I've cut my letters out using the Party Alphabet dies. I've got some of the little traditional sparkling sequins here that I've put on Jai's layout. And just a really fun tip here, I have shared the Mix and Match ephemera, Greetings for You Mix and Match ephemera pack before. We use these at my open house. These are actually stickers. Now, they're designed to go on cards, but you can obviously use them on scrapbook layouts. You just punch them out and you peel off the adhesive backing. And then these are some ones here that I've punched out earlier. They fall out of the carrier sheet quite well. And then I've used the 3 banner punch here. Now, I have demonstrated this a few Technique Tuesdays ago. This is actually a new punch. It's an online exclusive, which came out on November 1st. So you punch out 3 banners. I've used the gold foil here, and it's a great way to embellish your scrapbook layouts. As you can see here, I've got the little gold foil banners just over the top. I've got the Mix and Match ephemera with the word joy, 'tis the season, and then also season's greeting there, just for a little bit of embellishment there. So the technique I think I've used, I'd have to go back and have a look. So I'm sorry if I'm sharing the wrong thing. I decided to pre-record these videos before I left, and so they're going to be sort of short, sharp, and sweet, so I can get them all done before I go on leave. But I'm pretty sure my technique was using the Mix and Match ephemera to embellish the layouts, okay? It could even have been using different designer series paper. These are 3 different designer series papers, which I've actually coordinated all together from different suites, but they still work out perfect to coordinate. So let's have a look at the Modern Christmas papers. Because I was going to be away, I wanted to share some of these other papers with you ladies, and you can see here where I've used some of them on my scrapbooking layout already. So this is the Modern Christmas Designer Series paper. It's a specialty paper because you've got some gold foil coming up on there with the black and the white. And then you're going to have one side of the pattern will be just black and white. And then the other side is going to be a pattern with some of the gold foil. So this particular pattern, this doesn't have to be just for Christmas. If you've got anything that you can think of that you would use the gold foil for, this is obviously going to look fantastic on your scrapbooking layouts. You've got the black and white Christmas trees. You've got the black and the gold stars on the back there. Oh, yep, this is the paper that I have used on my layout that I'm sharing with you today. Is that just not gorgeous? And it kind of looks like this has been embossed. So I don't have to get out my embossing gun, or my embossing heat tool, I should say. I don't have to get out my embossing powders. It's kind of giving embossing vibes already. We've got the fa la 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 paper there. Let's, before I show you the textured paper, this was from the September online exclusives. If you head to my online store and then go to the menu, one of the little circle features there is called online exclusives, and you can browse through here. Or if you just typed in the word Christmas, all of the Christmas suites will come up. If you type in modern Christmas, you'll see the suite collection. I've used the designer series paper on its own. There is a stamp set with some coordinating dies, some black and white gold baker's twine, and also some large gold hoops as well. So this was just a different product suite to give an alternate range to those of you that might like to do something a little bit different aside from the traditional scrapbooking red and green. Now, these papers here, I was so excited to share these with you because this is our Whispers of Textured. Oh, hang on a sec. Let me get my November. Now, these papers were the November from the November online exclusive. This is called Whispers of Texture. This is a specialty paper. You get 6 sheets of this specialty paper, 2 different designs, 3 of each. So that's why I've also used this paper on my single layout today, because you do get those 3 sheets. Now, one of the textured patterns is lined, so striped, and the other, it's kind of really hard to tell. I don't know what you would call this. It's almost like, I can't think, it's like on the tip of my tongue what the pattern is like. It's not really dots. It looks like almost a very fine herringbone pattern, and it's almost like an off-white. If you look at this, it's not as white as the lined paper, but you get 3 sheets of the lined, and then you get 3 sheets of the other pattern there. So this is great if you don't have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, if you don't have embossing folders. I love that we've got this as an alternative for the textured white papers, and you will find those in the November 2025 online exclusives product list. Also that 3 banner punch that I shared with you in today's video as well. So that is just a quick pre-recorded video for this week's challenge. Pretty straightforward, a real nice basic layout there, but I just wanted to introduce you to some of those alternate product options that you don't see in your September mini catalogue before the end of the year. Enjoy the rest of your week, ladies. I can't wait to see your weekly challenges, and a reminder for the winner of both the November and the December monthly challenges. I will be drawing them in the new year. We will have a winner for November and a winner for December, and each winner is going to receive $50 in Stampin' Rewards, which I'm going to gift to your account. So make sure you get your layouts created, and also don't forget there'll be a bonus entry for the featured technique as well. Can't wait to see your layouts when I return, ladies. Bye for now.